As you can see, it's still a very, very busy place, as the full parking lot on this Sunday afternoon will readily attest. Every spot is taken. No, this is not the 40s. This is 1989. Los Angeles Union Station. Now this section is reserved just for those passengers requiring special assistance, for the red caps to take them out to their trains. As you can see, the lobby's full of anxious train passengers. Notice how it's not all jammed with luggage like at the airport. Trains don't lose luggage like the airlines do. Smile. Now, is this the line to the trains? Beautiful, beautiful lobby. No cheap plastic chairs like at the airports. Nice, comfy leather seating. No expense was spared to travel by train.
I wanted to stay a couple of weeks.
And whoops, the trains don't run on time either. Looks like they're subject to delays just like the airplanes. Well, anyway, maybe they won't lose our luggage. Looks like we have long walks to the trains just like in airports. But look at the people that travel by train. And very nice modern equipment. You'll find enjoying by train, you'll have using the latest technology to travel by. There's a friendly engineer. place, this train station. Up and down the coast of California. Now I notice the ample amount of leg room in here. Very comfortable. Los Angeles isn't only airports and railway stations. We also have some nice museums. Today we're going to visit the California Museum of Science and Industry. And we'll probably see some airplanes. So now we continue our Life in LA series. Well, we're in for some unusual sights today, I believe. Well, looks like we have an old DC-3. I don't know quite how that fits into a museum, but there it is. And United has an old airplane here. Wonder where all it's been. Well, here's the old vulnerable DC-3, manufactured by Douglas Aircraft Company, McDonnell Douglas Corporation. The first flight was December 17, 1935. DC-3 revolutionized commercial aviation. It's 1,000 horsepower engines. And there we go, it's a 1,000 horsepower engine. Permitted it to carry 21 passengers and increased its range to 1,500 miles. Oh, great. The aircraft was the first commercial transport to allow the operator to make a profit by carrying passengers without any subsidies such as mail contracts. Douglas Aircraft Company built 455 commercial DC-3 aircraft and 10,174 military versions. The last delivery was made in 1946. And there's the Grand Lady, Douglas DC-3. Last of the passenger airliner. And here's a few planes later, skipping the DC-4s, the DC-6s, and the DC-7s right on up to a DC-8. Again, manufactured by Douglas Aircraft Company. First flight was May 30th, 1958. It was Douglas's first civil commercial jet aircraft. Was the first commercial transport to fly at supersonic speeds. Built 556 DC-8s. And there's not many left flying today. And our next stop is the Aerospace Museum. Okay, this is one of the infrared satellites that's circling the globe. Those flat panels are solar panels which provides electricity for the satellite. No, this is not Star Wars.
Provide the funds which are needed to meet the following national goals. First, I believe that this nation should commit itself to achieving the goal before this decade is out of landing a
is a statement by NASA's Deputy Administrator Dr. Robert Siemens. He speaks of accomplishments during the Gemini flight school. The comments were made August 1, 1920.
This is the Mono Coupe built in 1928. A lot of progress from 1928 to 1988. These are various satellites that are circling the Earth. Well, I hope this ceiling is strong. None of these planes fall on us because we're standing right underneath them now.
Ignition. We have made engine ignition. 3, 2, 1, and solid motor ignition and liftoff. Liftoff of the safe operational space shuttle mission with 2 satellites on board.
Okay, here we go. We're all going up in space.
And the shuttle has
Hold on, fasten your seatbelts. Uh-oh. Did anybody bring the Colombian coffee? We'll have to go back, I guess.
Solid rocket booster separation.
It was a fine ride, I'll tell you.
All right, Bill. Everything looks good there.
Okay, approach. Pretty sure he is out. Here comes the span.
Yeah, we see it down here, Bill. It's beautiful.
And SDS is spinning. Okay, Mike, we're at 52, coming back down to 51 RPM.
Roger, we copy. You guys look good.
There it goes. Space Shuttle just sent a satellite out in space. Wonder how long it'll rotate. I guess forever. Well, I wouldn't go in space in that thing. Looks like it's just a bunch of garbage cans put together. Probably by the lowest bidder. And that's Gemini 11. Little tiny rocket engines that are used for attitude control in various satellites. Let's see if we can zoom up on this real small one right here. Look at that. Isn't that well, it's hard to tell by this, but it's just very, very tiny. Here's one even smaller. Hard to get it in focus through this plexiglass window. Here we go. It's used in the first COM spacecraft aircraft. So we have examples of jet engines which require oxygen to burn, and rocket engines which do not require oxygen from burnings. Therefore, they can be used in outer space. Jet engines have a limit to how fast they can go and how high they can go, as rocket engines can go increasingly faster and faster as each stage propels them faster into space. This is again the cutaway of the General Electric J47, the granddaddy of all jet engines for aircraft. One thing that kind of amazes me is that considering the high RPMs of these engines, that I wonder if these gears are spinning at all this time. Evidently so. What if one of them chips a tooth? Now for a little lesson in thrust. Propellers. Here's a little example of a propeller. Roll handle, and as we pull the handle up, the propeller will spin. And now we're pulling up on the handle, and we're getting power to the propeller ignition, and away it goes. For flights at speeds up to about 400 miles per hour, propellers are more efficient at delivering the thrust needed for flight than jet or rocket exhaust. The propeller blade is a miniature airfoil section just like a wing. It rotates at speeds between 1,800 and 2,700 revolutions per minute. New advanced propellers have been proposed for fuel-efficient flight at flights close to 500 miles per hour. We have to wait for the red pilot light to come on before we can have another shot. It takes a while to... Okay, now push it. Gone, thank you.
Did you get it?
I got it. And here we have an example of a jet engine. So we've got examples of propellers, jets, and rockets. And then of course we have the good old piston engine, Pratt & Whitney, typical of the kind used in Beech 18s. About 800 horsepower, 8-cylinder radial engine. Now here's a fine example of lift. We have a little fan here at the window, and then when we pull the lever up and spring the fan, we get air over the airfoil and we get lift. Well, enough of aviation. We're outside now looking towards the rose gardens, where they have every variety of rose that grows. But before we go into there, we're going to swing around and visit the science fair. Now we're in a hall here furnished by Southern California Edison with lot of examples of energy. Here we have the computer to teach different kinds of energy, and by pressing different things on the screen, you learn different elements of energy. Exhibits in this building. Well, are these the cars of the future? They're not that far off. 3-cylinder engine, 105 miles per gallon. Here's Pontiac's Fiero without its 12 body panels. No wonder they quit making it. This stuff is really flimsy plastic. Very, very flimsy. Now hopefully we can do this. Look at this. Just cheap plastic. No wonder they quit making them. And here we have a 31-ton propeller from the Queen Mary. Roses, roses, roses. Anything that smells like a rose, looks like a rose, is probably a rose.
Watches everything we do. You rolling over in your beach bank sleep. Me chasing seagulls down the dunes. You, your skirts held high, wading in the water. To lovers. Those who go alone. Sees them all. If we are ourselves to know, we should get to know the sea. This is the way it was while I was waiting for your eyes to find me. I was drifting, going no place. Hypnotized by sunshine, maybe. Barking back at seals along the beach. Skipping flat stones on the water. But much too wise for sandcastles. My castles were across the sea. Still within my mind. There were the beach bars, the other beach people. Sometimes little bedrooms were my beach. But I was drifting. I must have thought the night could save me as I went down into pillows, looked up through dirty windows, smiled back from broken mattresses, turned in thunderbirds, and kissed in elevators. I cried too sometimes. For me, I guess. I loved every face I thought looked pretty and every kindred eye I caught in crowds. But I was drifting before you. You see how easily we fit together, as if God's own hand had cradled only us. And this beach town's population were but 2. And this wide bed was but a child's cradle, with room enough left over for presents. Tomorrow I'll buy you presents. Pomegranates and breadsticks. Tickets round the room and back. And red roses like everybody buys everybody. Everybody's got a diamond ring and Sunday shoes, neckties and petticoats, pistols and tennis balls. Everybody gets a sandwich sometime, and a piece of cake, and ice cream if they're nice. We've got us. Bill once, when I was maybe 10. I bought a cardboard circus and a fountain pen and a jackknife because I never had one before. My mother thought I'd stolen money, but she checked around and she believed me when I bought her perfume from the dime store. I was rich in those days. For a week I had everything. I wish I'd known you then.
Well, moving into a new place is always difficult. Lots of little things that have to be taken care of.
Geraldine delivers, right?
That's right. Good thing for big trunks.
And here comes Michelle.
Well, it sure beats carrying it up 3 flights of stairs.
Sure does. Hi.
Hi.
You wanna go get the refrigerator? Zone. Okay, now explain about the shield on the wall. Okay, well you can do it anytime you want.
Oh, okay. Welcome to my kingdom. Okay, here we are in Building B of the Harris Residence Complex, and I am the Queen.
Is that the end of this?
Well, I don't know. I think that'll about do it.
Okay, now you're on.
You
can talk,
No,
sure.
not yet. Don't interrupt me.
Yeah, there you go.
Hi, these are my friends.
Well,
This is Marvin.
Hi, Marvin.
Howdy.
Howdy.
Rich.
Hello.
Hi, Rich.
This is my new friend Dave.
Hi, Dave. And where are we?
Whittier College.
Harris.
We're up at the Harris
new dorms.
Residence Complex.
The new dorms.
They're not dorms, they're residence halls.
I didn't take the RA class.
Excuse me.
To me, they're the new dorms.
Well, you guys are really in the dark. You can't tell who they are.
Your grandparents will want